Hey folks, welcome to Moment of Clarity. Thanks for being here with me. There's two TV shows that have come out recently, both of them utterly fucking horrific. And one of them from the liberal side of things, and one of them from the right wing side of things here in the United States. One of them a new show, one of them an old favorite of all of ours. So I'm not going to go too deeply into the fucking activist TV show. Naomi Caravani's covering it on Redacted tonight this week. So I don't want to jump the gun on that. But many of you saw that. I can't remember which channel it is. One of the main channels is unveiling a activist reality show where activists compete to get their causes like funded, and they decide who wins by like how many clicks they get on Instagram. It's fucking disgusting. It's like saddest in game of a fucking collapsing empire. It's just pathetic, and it's capitalism co-opting any remaining efforts to try and hold it to account for the harms and the desecration and the oppression that it causes every fucking day. I'm trying to get these kids fed. Well, if you sing and dance enough on this reality show, then maybe fucking Usher will tell you that you deserve to have your project funded. Fucking pathetic. Oh, yeah, and one of the other judges put forward, now that it's been talked about a lot, she put forward an apology note on Facebook where she said, I'm listening. One of these things where they put, I'm listening at the top. And she said things like it apparently had never occurred to her that this was disrespectful of all the activists around the world fucking fighting for change, and many of them being assassinated. And speaking of assassinations, in countries like Colombia, where environmental activists are killed all the time. And instead, we're going to have a little reality show. And you'll get up on the stage and talk about the doggies you want to help because they only have 3 legs. Yeah, it's just pathetic. But apparently this judge, whatever her name was, celebrity judge, it hadn't occurred to her that this might be highly offensive and pathetic, and just like the dying gasp of a immoral, soulless society. Didn't occur to her, just hit her. Oh, look at that. People seem to be talking on Instagram. Oh, never occurred to me this might be highly fucking disgusting. Anyway, like I said, not going to spend much time on that because everybody's talked about it, and we got a segment coming up on Redacted VIP about it. But this just came out that Fox News, your favorite channel and mine, or I guess just Fox, but one or the other. Well, hold on. Let me set the stage. You might recall that there was a TV show lasted roughly 200 years called Cops. Cops. The name of the show, I remember from when I was a little kid, all the way until last year. Last year, they decided to stop Cops. They ended the Cops show because there was a lot of hatred towards it during a time when Black Lives Matter had gotten pretty powerful and the George Floyd protests, and they realized it was a bad look to have a television show on a weekly basis where cops just fucking shove their knees into the backs of mainly black people, black and brown people. And yeah, they realized not a great look. So they took it off television for a year. And now it's being revived because the ratings were always so good. And who gives a shit how offensive this show is? Fox Nation revives the controversial reality show Cops. By the way, Fox Nation is apparently their streaming service or something, which, I mean, can you actually picture what a Fox Nation would look like? It'd all just be guys with fucking, shit living in their beards and just Cheeto stained fingers and like a Trump t-shirt that's been washed, not washed, but has gone worn and unwashed so long that the T's like worn off, and the letters, it's like misshapen. And so the letters are stretched like it's an R over one moob, and then a UMP over the other moob. Yeah, that would be Fox Nation. It would all just be those people all collected together. Fox Nation is a horrible idea, horrible thought. After a year-long retirement, the divisive reality divisive. I love when something's highly offensive, they call it divisive. Yeah, it's divisive because it's fucking awful and racist and all of the things. That's not divisive. That's just wrong. It's like this serial killer was divisive, you know? Some people, like his mother, like him, and then others, like the people he killed and their family members, dislike him. Very divisive. There's a lot of disagreement on whether to enjoy that serial killer or not. A lot of disagreement on that front. I see both sides. Both sides have a point. There's a lot of people he didn't kill. So both sides have a point there on on Jeffrey Dahmer or Ted Bundy. But Cops is incredibly offensive on so many fronts. There's been some great takedowns of the show, and the show is not just let's follow police and see what their day-to-day is like, right? Your average police does fuck all most of the day. I've shown charts showing what cops do, and it's like, 30% of their time is spent on false calls. 20% of their time is spent giving tickets to somebody with a tail light out or making a wrong turn on a one-way street or just bullshit traffic violations, loitering. And the reason all of that bullshit stuff is done is so that you can have a kind of fascist foot patrol ready to go at moment's notice when it's needed to crush protest, when it's needed to crush people who are not white in this country, various reasons like that. I don't even think I need to tell you all how a lot of what they do is perpetrate the racist and offensive and incredibly immoral drug war, which is a war against our own fucking people. Isn't that interesting? We have a war against our own people. It's fascinating how that works. You'd think we'd be opposed to a war against our own people. Nope, we're all down. We love it. What people do to their own bodies with fucking drugs is like you can make the drugs, ones that are truly harmful. You can make them illegal, but if you catch someone doing them, that doesn't mean the person should be locked up for fucking 5 years. Yeah, there's just so many problems with it. But instead, they don't show all of that, right? What do they show? They show just a clip of normally white, and yes, they'll throw in some non-white cops to make it seem better, but that doesn't change the system. It just changes the skin color of the perpetrator of the system that is racist. So they'll show them, chasing down a guy who stole a fucking purse, or a guy who is dealing drugs. Like they'll show lots of that. Occasionally they'll show something more dramatic, like a stabbing or something, or a stolen car. But for the most part, these are many nonviolent crimes. If we're talking drugs and stuff, these are often people having rather difficult lives. These are people on drugs who then, steal a purse or something. And it's like these people need help. They don't need a television show for the whole nation to watch them be abused and then locked up rather than getting the help they need. They're not going to, right? They're going to be locked behind bars. They're not going to get to really a therapist, someone to help them. They're not going to usually get a drug counselor and things like that. They're going to just get locked up. And it's a completely fucked up system. And instead you have people all across the country by the millions going, yeah, all right, knee that guy in the head. What an asshole. And it gives people, starting at a very young age when they start watching this shit, it gives people a completely flawed understanding of what policing is, what it does, its purpose, how fucked up it is. It's telling the story from the point of view of the police officer, of course. So therefore, you're only going to get their completely tainted propagandistic side of things. I mean, imagine if the story of war was only told by the soldiers who have been indoctrinated enough to be perpetrating it. That's what it is. It's completely wrong. And by making these many of these quote unquote criminals, by making many of these suspects, and there's no trial or anything, right? You just see them being attacked, and therefore, in your mind as a viewer, guilty. But sometimes it makes them fucking stars, meaning a lot of the nation, considering how many people watch Cops and similar shows, knows some of these people by their face and can ruin their lives. And there's been some great work. It was a podcast I listened to where they interviewed some of these people and said, they were drug addicted and they having a tough time, and they were starting to get their life together, and then they were on the show getting tackled or whatever the fuck, and it completely ruined any hope they had of getting their life back, getting things back on track. They're kicked out of their apartment. They can't get a job because the boss recognizes them from the show, shit like that. So anyway, that's a few of the long list of how fucked up Cops is. After a year-long retirement, the divisive reality series Cops is returning to television next month, and controversy is guaranteed to follow. All right, we all love some good controversy, especially when people are getting fucked. The streaming service, Fox Nation, announced blah, 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 1 year. Oh, yeah, and I love this bullshit that they add in here to make it somehow okay. First responders will receive a free 1-year subscription starting September 13th, and the service will donate $5 to the benefit fund. Answer the call on behalf of each new subscriber with a maximum donation of $50,000. All right, so think about this. Fox News, which is a multi-billion-dollar company and will be making billions of dollars from this streaming service probably, is going to donate $50,000 to like EMTs across the country. Proportionally, that would be like you or me donating like a nickel and putting it in every press release. Hey, everybody, I'm donating a nickel. I want everybody to know, hey, for everybody who signs up, I'm donating a fraction of a cent, maximum a nickel total. So it's on all the billboards. Hey, sign up for my show. I'm giving away a nickel. That's the equivalent of what Fox News is doing. But I guess fucking saps, Fox Nation out there reads that and goes, I'm helping first responders by signing up for the I guess that's how their brain works. In a press release announcing the show's return, Fox Nation president Jason Klarman, and the only reason I said his name is because we should say these fucking people's names so you know how horrible they are, remarked, Cops is one of the most iconic brands on television with an incredibly passionate fan base. All right. We have a passionate fan base of people who like watching black and brown people be attacked. So if that's you out there, we got the show for you. Passionate fan base. Fuck you. If you had Klan TV, KKK TV, there'd be a passionate fan base out there. Does that mean it should be on every channel? Launched on the Fox network in 1989, Cops was quickly canceled last summer in the wake of George Floyd's death while in the custody of Minneapolis police officers. And I love how even the cancellation is kind of funny. It was like, oh, apparently cops kill innocent black men. We just found this out from George Floyd. Maybe we shouldn't have this show on the air. Really? You just noticed? They kill 1,000 people a year. All right? You just noticed they kill innocent black people? This just notice this? And let's be clear, the cops kill innocent people of all brands. They kill innocent white people. They kill innocent black people. They kill innocent Hispanic people. Now, they kill a disproportionate number of innocent black people. And if you look at the people killed by cops, most of the white people they kill were waving around a gun. Not that they deserve to be killed, but I'm saying there's a difference between shooting someone waving around a gun and shooting someone completely unarmed. Whereas most of the black people that are killed, not waving around a gun. So as a white person, you got to do a little more to get our fascist police to take you out. But yeah, I mean, really, the Cops as the TV show does a great deal for propaganda of policing. We live in the world's largest prison state in the United States. That's both per capita and by sheer number. more prisoners than any other country on earth. Over 2 million people are locked up right now, most of them for nonviolent crimes. I've gone through, I've listed the percentages of people and what they're locked up for. And I revealed, and I feel like it doesn't take that much thought to see how you could pretty much release almost everyone in prison. You could get it down to a tiny number of individuals who are truly, truly dangerous to society. And even they don't need to be treated quite the way we treat them. But just this is just a straight up propaganda show. I mean, and now Fox News, having taken it down, or maybe whatever other network owned it, having taken it down because of how offensive it was, now they're like, we're back. We've had time to think more about how offensive this fascist propaganda is, and we decided we don't care so much. Yeah, because it's. I mean, this funny thing happened last summer. It was this moment. I don't know. I can't remember who I was talking to, but we thought we cared. It was just like a moment, and we were like, oh shit, we care. And so then we took it down. We took down cops, and then it occurred to us a few months later, we don't. It makes us very rich, see, and so we don't actually care. Yeah, so we're bringing it back because lots of money for us, and that's pretty much where the end of the calculation is. Because we jotted down pros and cons, and on the pros side, we saw lots of money for us, and on the con side, there was nothing. So that's where we are. Lots of money for us. And we're going to put this fascist propaganda show back on TV just for you. Yay. But then, like I said, on the liberal side of things, you got this fucking activist reality show. Hey, coming up next on CBS, hungry children compete to see who can get a pork chop. Great. Well done, liberal America. All right, that's pretty much all I'm going to do for today. Check out Rad Indie Media. By the way, if you guys aren't into Rad Indie Media, if you don't check it, if you don't want to see all of this awesome content in one place, then we will get rid of it. So that's not a threat, but it might be a threat. I'm just saying, if you like it, if you support it, if you think it's cool, please share it with people. Let them know, because it does take a lot of work, and if it doesn't look like a lot of people are into it, then we will stop doing the lots of work because it's exhausting and it's not a money maker or anything like that. All the donations here or on Rockfin go to those who are struggling out there. If you want to support my work, you can go to liberapay.com/Lee Camp. You can also do it. You can also support Rad Indie Media at radindiemedia.com. There's a donate button. But yeah, that's what I got. Check out my other podcast, Common Censored, and join Rockfin, ROKFIN.com/Lee Camp. That's where all my premium content is. Keep fighting.